I gotta say, I am so excited, and I can tell you why. Because Toronto has made it to their first Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in NBA history, in franchise history, and in the NBA history as well. So, one thing I could say to them, this has been the most fantastic season they have. Even their years with Vince Carter, they couldn't get that job done, going to the conference finals, which was pretty unfortunate because they have a few fantastic seasons with them as well, even though there are times where it wasn't enough. So, I could say that, it's been a long time waiting, ever since, 2 years ago where they finally had their winning season in 6 years, becoming a 48-34 win season team. And then now it leads to, the Raptors making the playoffs, and they did more than just that. After 2 years in a row, after just making the playoffs, they got knocked out of the first round twice. And the fact that they survived against Indiana, and I thought they weren't going to survive against the Heat, but the fact that both teams who had to win in Game 7 says a lot. And Toronto had to win 2 Game 7s in a row, as Cleveland just swept 2 teams in a row. So Toronto does look like huge underdogs against a team like Cleveland, because if you look at it, it's like you have a team like Cleveland where LeBron James practically can facilitate the whole team, and with J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert as key shooters, and then you got Mozgov, a good inside player, Tristan Thompson playing an excellent role player, despite him being a draft pick. He's not a bust because he's been very useful so far ever since LeBron came back. And then you have a key player with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, and LeBron, of course, the big three. I talked about J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert because they have more than just the big three. They got those key players. So you got Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James as their key players. They're 3 star players, especially Kevin Love, a good outside shooter, and then Kyrie Irving, of course, a good all-around player. So this is where it comes to play. It's not a regular season, because here in the playoffs, they're going to really turn up the intensity, and LeBron James is the type of guy that can turn up the intensity as well. Just as intense. So what they have to look for is for Toronto to avoid foul trouble, and I think if they avoid foul trouble, they can do it they can play it so well. Avoid foul trouble, play defense. Yeah, play defense. And, be smart on possessions, and then they can play very well. If you struggle with outside shooting, play defense and make inside twos, continue to make smart baskets, and then you can get around Cleveland. Even if you don't beat them and knock them out, well, if you get knocked out by them, take them to Game 7. That's what I'm hoping for, because this is a surprisingly evenly matched team, but it's just Cleveland's going to be such a tough team because it's like the been there, done that situation. LeBron's always been there, done that, so it's going to be so comfortable. He's going to be very confident. He's going to think he has it made. I mean, he's going to have it made because over the years he's been in the finals for almost 5 years in a row since, in a total of 6 years. 6 NBA Finals appearance in almost, 9 years? Because 2007 was his very first finals appearance, but unfortunately got swept by San Antonio. So I think this is about time that things happen. So I think Cleveland is going to, do what he can. I think Cleveland is going to, he's going to put on a rampage. And I think, Cleveland is going to, turn up the intensity. And then Toronto, I think, going to turn up their own intensity as well. So one thing I could say to that is, I got to say, congratulations to Toronto. Toronto played a phenomenal game. They played an excellent game, and I'm very excited of them going to the conference finals. The job's not done. They got to go to the NBA finals, and hopefully if they do go to the NBA finals, that would make history. That would be a complete miracle, because Cleveland, they'll just knock teams out. They're just like, man, I want it. LeBron has that I want it attitude. But even if Cleveland gets knocked out, it'll feel painful for LeBron, because LeBron knows how to facilitate the team and knows how to get energy around the other team and want it. Like, he is the most successful draft player and a really hard player as well. So, and then you got DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, of course, their players, DeMar and Carroll. The fact that he's fighting through a wrist injury shows a lot of toughness, and I gotta say that's a great thing too. That is very phenomenal. So I gotta say that. And Bismack Biyombo playing a great role player for stepping up for Valanciunas, taking advantage of the shorthanded Miami Heat, because Miami Heat was very shorthanded as well. So who knows what happened. Glad they're taking advantage of this year, because we know the term is always next year. I don't think it's going to be next year, because you got Miami that's going to come back being reloaded and going to come back more stronger than ever. Then you got, what is it? I don't know what's going to happen with the other teams. Like, Celtics may get stronger. The Hawks probably, hopefully, get stronger. So those are only the few top teams I got to say to that. And I don't know where Charlotte's going to go, but I think they're going to be back in the playoffs again. So that's what I got to say to that. So, yeah. So let me just say, congratulations to Toronto making it to the conference finals. I'm very excited. So hopefully you guys will see you on the flip and enjoy this video. Peace out.